Hello, Optimist. I'm past International President Nick Prillaman. Ladies and gentlemen, Helen Keller said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. My involvement in optimism has taught me that I alone am in charge of my response to what happens in my life, whether it involves life events, other people, or things outside my ability to control. It has helped me learn, over time, the coping skills and attitudes I've needed when faced with challenges, obstacles, or setbacks in my life. It all begins with your attitude and what you tell yourself, then how you feel, and lastly, the actions you take as a result of those thoughts and feelings. Whether you want to accept it or not, you are responsible for how you manage your life. Optimism taught me that when it is practiced consistently, it creates an atmosphere of positive thinking, actions, and pleasant emotions to events, good and bad, that happen in your life. To illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to share a personal experience I had which challenged my optimism to its very core. My attitudes, training, wisdom, and opinions about the value of living an optimistic life. On December 13th, 2019, a tragedy visited my family. My younger brother, Tom, 8 days prior to his 69th birthday, died of a massive heart attack in his sleep. Boom, 1 minute he's there, and next minute he's gone, forever. It was totally unexpected, and there's no indication he was having a problem. The month before, he'd had an annual checkup, and the doctors had said everything looked fine. Yet the doctors at the hospital where he was taken said that the 4 major arteries to his heart had blockages that had been building up over the last 2.5 to 3 years. It was a big shock to everyone. But this news started me thinking, and I went to my personal physician and asked him how a person would find out if they had a problem like this, especially if there are no symptoms. I've never smoked, don't drink, and I've tried to take care of myself reasonably good. His reply to my question was, there are a variety of tests usually done by a cardiologist. So for my peace of mind and his, he referred me to a colleague of his. I made the appointment and went to see this heart specialist. He was surprised I was there since I was not experiencing any symptoms. I explained what had happened to my brother and that I wanted to make sure I wasn't headed for the similar problem. A series of tests were outlined, each one depending on the results of the previous test. Right out of the gate, the first test indicated I might have a problem. And sure enough, as the test progressed, to the surprise of both myself and my doctor, it was discovered I had severe blockages in 4 of the major arteries supplying blood to my heart. I was a walking time bomb. The cardiologist looked me in the eye and said, your brother gave you a gift. I know you must miss him terribly, but he truly gave you a gift. And he did, because I would probably never have had those tests done had he not had his heart attack. I was immediately referred to a surgeon. Everything was happening so fast, even though everyone was saying, now, don't worry, you're asymptomatic. My wife Dottie and I went to visit the surgeon on Tuesday. He reviewed the results of the test, went over the surgical procedures, and then asked when I would like to have the surgery. I replied as soon as possible, thinking that since I wasn't experiencing symptoms, the surgery would be at a minimum several weeks away. To which the surgeon replied, how about Friday or Monday? I said, what? Dottie and I responded simultaneously. You mean this Friday or Monday? He said, well, we might as well get it over with so you can get it behind you and start the healing process. I chose Monday because literally I could not get my head around doing the surgery so quickly. And believe it or not, I was also working on a big project for my Optimist Club. Here I am feeling perfectly healthy, and in a few days, they're going to take a vein from my leg, cut my chest open, and make 4 arterial grafts to bypass the blockages in the 4 major arteries of my heart. Hallelujah! The good thing about scheduling the surgery so quickly, though, is I didn't have long to think about it. And I was so busy getting prepared for the procedure, I really didn't have time to get scared. Now, I will admit, though, when they were wheeling me into that operating suite that morning, for a moment, I considered I might die. But then the optimism in me said, you're being saved for a purpose. You got some more work to do. and the fear went away. As you can see, the surgery was a success, and I've been allowed to carry on doing my small part for the Optimist mission. I'm sure some of you in the audience have experienced this same surgery or something similar. It's quite an invasive procedure, and as they prepare you for the surgery, they review every detail, outlining what will happen before, during, and after the surgery. And I must say it's pretty intimidating. In the hospital where my surgery was performed, when you come out of surgery and they move you into ICU, they provide you with this little heart-shaped pillow. You hold it against your chest to ease the pain when you have to do your breathing and coughing exercises. The pillow also has a little Sharpie marker attached so people can sign it. I thought, wow, this is a great idea because I could have a record of everyone who visited me as well as those who took care of me. In fact, it became my project. Every person entering my room, no matter what the reason, was asked to sign the pillow. It didn't matter, surgeon, doctor, nurse, medical technician, cleaning personnel, or visitor, everyone signed the pillow. This also gave me a chance to converse with them and find out something about the people who were taking care of me. It also served as a distraction. Instead of thinking about my situation and feeling sorry for myself, I found myself concentrating on making sure that people around me knew how much I appreciated what they were doing for me. I especially remember a young man who brought me my meals every day. I asked him to sign the pillow, and he gave me a look of disbelief, saying, "No one has ever asked me to sign their pillow." I responded saying, "I don't know why not. You're one of the most important people here. You bring the food." He smiled and went on his way, and I felt I'd helped make his day. Every day as the shifts changed and new people came in and went from my room, I made sure they signed the little pillow. I made sure they knew I saw something in them that was special. Though they were only going to be together for a short time, I appreciated them. I got so involved in my little project, I really didn't have time to dwell on my discomfort, and the pain didn't seem so severe. I always kept a smile on my face. There in that hospital room, I realized the wonderful life I'd been given. Not only the gift of life, but the gift of optimism. I also realized I was giving it away to others. Every day I woke thinking about who I would meet today and how I was going to make their day. I didn't have time to worry about myself. And even though I was in pain and uncomfortable, I also felt good. A number of nurses commented on what a pleasure it was to come into my room. They knew they were going to be met by a smile and a good attitude. Now, don't get me wrong. It wasn't always easy. Some days I really didn't feel very good. But I realized it wasn't their fault. They were there to help me. And I needed to show them I appreciated it. And when you get right down to it, showing them my appreciation actually made me feel better. Positive, optimistic thinking didn't mean I ignored my situation. I just approached my hardship in what I felt was a more productive way. I was in the hospital for 6 days, and though everyone was happy when I was released to go home, I felt I was leaving a little bit of me behind. The surgeon, my personal physician, and cardiologist were amazed at the progress I had made after my surgery. I told them I'd been given a gift, and I was going to make the most of it. The gift of life from my brother, and the gift of optimism from an organization I've been involved in for more than 35 years. I don't think until I faced my heart surgery it had ever really been put to the test. Laying in that hospital bed after having major surgery gave me the opportunity to test as well as express my optimism. I truly did give every living creature a smile and made my optimism come true. So I'll leave you with this. Whatever's going on in your life and whatever you hope will come about, the gift of optimism is continually at your disposal. All you have to do is to believe all will be well somehow and embrace the gift of good thoughts and positive attitude. And remember this, feel the need, plant the seed, do the deed, and live the creed.